While we were away, uh, President Obama went to a Summit of the Americas meeting in Panama, and he met with and he spoke with Raul Castro. And this was significant for a number of reasons, including the fact that this is the first time Cuba had been at a summit meeting in many, many, many years. I mean, they've been excluded from these meetings because of the United States, even as all other countries in the Americas wanted Cuba at these meetings, including center-right and right-wing governments recently in Latin America. It's really only been us. And President Obama spoke with Raul Castro, and he talked about how our Cuba policy is obviously a relic of a different era, and that it's time to move forward. Raul Castro gave an address at the Summit of the Americas, which was really harshly critical of the United States and its role in the region. That's pretty obvious. You're talking about a government that tried many times to assassinate his brother, to violently overthrow the Cuban government, as well as playing roles with supporting military juntas, death squads, and overthrowing many other governments, from Chile to, frankly, at least implicitly accepting the coup that happened in Honduras against Manuel Zelaya in 2009. But he did say at the end that this critique did not apply to President Obama, who he called an honest man. Obama also met with the president of Venezuela, Nicolas Maduro, and assured him, he said, look, the United States is not trying to remove you from office. We don't back a coup in Venezuela. Now, Venezuela obviously is another set of questions, and we've just sort of escalated things with Venezuela in the last several weeks by portraying them as a serious security risk in the region. On the other side of that equation, I think there's no doubt that Venezuela, particularly under Maduro, the hope that people felt around Chavez and the complexity of his legacy has really gone in certain directions that were always there, but they were complemented by other things. So there were some reductions in poverty. There were some empowerment of different parts of the population in Venezuela, but there was also massive corruption, connection to drug cartels, skyrocketing crime, unsustainable growth strategies, and a limited political culture. That has continued and arguably escalated under Maduro, even as you still have a traditional oligarchy in that country that opposes the government because of what the government has done for the poor. So it's a complex situation. Now with Cuba, if we move in the right direction on Cuba and President Obama continues the path he's on, we will find, in my view, and Joel Gillen, who I used to work with, he actually used to intern for me at Aslan Media. He wrote a piece in the New Republic last week arguing that Obama's Cuba policy could end up being his longest and most successful legacy, changing that policy with Cuba. Obviously, Iran is very significant, but there's more complexity with Iran. More people trying to ruin that agreement. More internal variables in Iran, more internal variables in the Middle East. But the Cuba policy is shaping up to be really a great success, and really, again, along with Iran, much more in the spirit of why people backed President Obama when he first ran for president in 2007, 2008.